Danny, it took a few years, but at this point, Francisco Lindor, my goodness, has he exceeded expectations since the Cleveland trade?
I don't actually think it's taken a few years. That's maybe where I see it a little differently. If you go back to 2021, like, let me blow your mind for a quick second. All the way back, he is the fourth best player offensively in all of the players in the league since 2021, since coming to the Mets. He has the second best defensive WAR in all of baseball since 2021. So I understand when you think about it granularly, that maybe those numbers don't stand out year to year, but I will say overall the body of his work. I know you're smiling because I said granular.
Yeah, and I don't know what that means.
I nailed that. When you look at it from a little perspective, day to day, you're frustrated sometimes with the way that Francisco Lindor plays, right? You're like, he didn't come through there. He hasn't taken his team to the World Series yet. All of those little things, but the body of his work, he has been outstanding, and then some. Oh, and by the way, we haven't even talked about what he does in that clubhouse, right? Takes accountability, shows up, holds meetings. He's the guy. His teammates love him. And watching him play this game in New York, I've never seen him look more comfortable in the clubhouse, pregame, on the field, before and after. What are you smiling?
So wait. So was that a yes? Was that a yes or not? Has he exceeded the expectations?
You guys didn't see what happened before the show. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm going to say no because the expectations were this high, I believe. This is the kind of numbers he put up in Cleveland when he was there those first 3 or 4 years. That's why the Mets went and got him and paid him that $341 million. So he is. Listen, he's over. I know what you're saying when you add it all up. It's more than granularly. It's been the big picture. But he was terrible his first year. He got into the whole thing with the fans. The fans wore on him. He looked like maybe he wouldn't be able to handle New York. So he's come a long way since then. Since then, I would say he's exceeded expectations. But this is exactly the guy they thought they were getting from Cleveland. An all-star player, one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah, plays every day, plays great defense, to your point. The numbers were kind of there, but the way that they got there off of last year, and now this year, the slow start nonsense, that can be put to bed as well. Every time he comes up in a big spot, he gets the job done. At home, he's been unbelievable.
He's been clutch.
To me, it has exceeded the expectation. I thought the Mets were getting a very good player from Cleveland.
This is what he did in Cleveland.
I know. Harper. I don't think people knew how good he was. I know they gave him the big contract, but when you're playing in the middle of the country for Cleveland, by the way, when they were named a different team, no one's talking about Lindor the way that they are now.
No, you're right, Harper.
In the game they were, though, inside of baseball.
Maybe inside baseball.
The type of player that we thought we were getting is more in line with this, but I think Lindor has even exceeded that, to your point, doing it in New York as well. Let's make the call.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We've got to move on here. Let's make the call to the bullpen and welcome in Britt Ghiroli. Britt, how would you describe the trajectory of Lindor's Mets career?
Yeah, let me in, guys. Let me in. I think it's been terrific, and I think Danny made some great points in that, like, he really wasn't, I think, appreciated a lot early on. It is so refreshing this year, and you mentioned it in passing, Sal, to not have the nonsensical, oh, is Francisco Lindor not very good? Why is he off to a slow start? It's so nice to not have that this year and talk about this guy, and his numbers are going to be there. It's so nice to just see him playing like the star he is pretty much from the jump here. Now, I think you can't really encapsulate what he means to the team, but there is a little bit of a mind-blowing stat in my mind that sort of gets at how important he is in terms of where the Mets go. It often seems Lindor goes. Lindor has homered in 23 games. In all of those games, 23 in a row, the Mets have won. This is the longest such streak in team history. So every time Francisco Lindor homers, the Mets are going to win that game. That is remarkable. That kind of shows that he is the epicenter of this team. I know Juan Soto is a big deal. I know they paid him a lot of money. I think, as we can all agree, the heart and soul of this Mets team is Francisco Lindor. So I think when you look at the trajectory of what he's done, he's accumulated more than 25 WAR as a Met. He is a guy that probably is going to make a very strong case someday to be a potential Hall of Famer. I think when you look at the trajectory, he has been an excellent player pretty much from the jump. But because this is New York, as Danny said, if you don't get off to that great start, if you don't come through all the time, we tend to think of, oh, he's not that great. This guy has been terrific pretty much since he got here. He's had slow months, he's had down homestands, he's had down series, he's had down at bats, but Francisco Lindor has been everything that the Mets could have asked for and then some.
Yeah, a leader, potential captain of this team one day, too. I will say he's never been an all-star as a Met. Now, that will change this year with his hot start.
Can I just ask you one question?
Yeah.
Are you okay with Ain't No Mountain High Enough?
We'll say that. Oh, well, I know. I'd rather hey, whatever's working for Francisco, as long as he still mixes in a little micro here.
It's not Pink,